Okay guys, for this question, positive count and negative sum. Create a function that takes an array of positive and negative numbers. Return an array where the first element is the count of positive numbers and the second element is the sum of negative numbers. Okay, it looks easy enough. Let's just copy this. And if given an empty array, return an empty array. Okay, so we need to return an empty array as well. Let me just delete all of these and delete all of these as well. So what am I going to do? I need to create an first array. For what? For our inputs, right? I need to create an array and assign these values to it. This is our example. Then I need to create another array for what? For the positive counts of the positive numbers and the sum of the negative numbers. Let's just say fake array here, then equals to what? Let's just call my method in this fake array, then we can easily print those fake arrays values out. Let's just say, first change this to int. Let's say p and sum, and it's going to take another array value here. Okay, let's just call my method here, p and sum with an array value inside. Then I can just print this fake array out here. Console right line right actually curly bracket 0 curly brackets and item. Okay, now we are done with our main method, guys. So let's move on to my p and sum method. So what I need to do, I need to count the nums if they're positive and add those numbers if they are negative. So I need to count the positive numbers and add the positive numbers into another variable. So I need to create two integer variables for our counting, and the other one is for the addition. Let's just say int plus this plus counter. Actually, this is going to count my plus values. Int negative sum. This is going to add my negative values. Then, first of all, I need to do what? If my array is empty, I need to send an empty array. So I can just do it like this. If my arrays, how am I going? Okay, arrays length equals to 0, so there is no value in my array here, I can just send what or create what. Let's just, or actually I can create my array, right? Return my array, because if this array is empty, it's just going to return an empty array here. If this doesn't work, we can just create another array here with an 0 length, then I can send that array as well. So now this is for the empty array rule. Now we are just gonna do what? We are going to create a loop, for each loop, so we can get each items in this array variable here. So let me just create for each loop, write my array here. Now I'm gonna write what? I'm gonna write an arguments. Let's just say if the item, so the values in this array is bigger than 0, so basically positive numbers, I'm gonna do what? I'm gonna increase my plus counter. If it's not, I'm going to do what? I'm going to add that item into my negative sum. So basically I'm just gonna copy this and add that item into my negative sum variable. Then I'm just gonna do what again? I'm just gonna create an array to send these negative sum and plus counter, because I have two variables that I need to return, and I already created this fake array value there. So I'm just gonna create one again. Let's just say int fake array new int 2. Why is 2? Because I have two values here I need to send. I can easily just write fake array 0 is equals to my what? I think it was plus counter. Then fake array 1 is going to be the negative sum. Okay, then I'm just gonna return that fake array. Okay, now what did we just do? We checked if my array is empty or not. If it is, I return my array. Actually, let's just say if it's not here, so I'm just gonna write this in my as parts. Just copy this and delete. Then do this as well. Okay, now if it's not, I'm just gonna create a loop here. I'm gonna check if my item, so basically if the values inside of those is bigger than 0 or not. If it is bigger, we're going to increase our plus counter. If it's not, we're going to add that value to my negative sum. Then I'm just gonna assign those to a fake array variable here. Let's start my program. And as you can see, we are getting 7 and minus 252. Let's just copy this as well. What's going to be the result? 10 and minus 65. And as you can see, we have 10 and minus 65. And let's just do that. Let's just create an empty array. And as you can see, we are getting nothing. Why is that? Because our array is an empty array, guys. Now, let's move on to our next question. Now, this says return the middle characters of a string. Create a function that takes a string and returns the middle characters. If the word's length is odd, return the middle character. If the word's length is even, return the middle two characters. Okay, interesting. Let me copy one of these examples. Let's come here and delete all of these. Delete this as well. Then, okay, now, first of all, what I need to do, I need to of course create a string word value, so I can assign my input right there. Then I need to do what? I need to call my method inside of a console writeline command, so I can do what? Print out my results. Let's just change this to word again, and this to string. Let's do the same thing with here, then call word. Okay, now we are done with our main method. Let's continue with the word method. Now I need to again do what? I need to check every character of this word string, right? So I need to create an char array basically. We've done it all of our questions already. Char array, then word to char array. Then I need to now check what? I need to check if my length of this word is even or odd. I need to check this, right? To do that, I'm gonna write an if as argument. Let's just write an if argument and say if my char array's length or this word's length, it doesn't matter, they have the same length. Char array's length, the reminder equals 0. This means it's an even length. It has an even length. If it's not, this is the odd length part. Even length part. Okay, now first what I need to do, I need to create an counter. Why is that? Because I want to create some for loop to delete the first, or basically this is what, 7? Is this length of 7? Okay, I need to do what? Let's just say delete this G, and again as you may see, I need to first delete first and last class characters of this word. So basically every time when I loop, every time we are going to loop, I'm going to delete 2 characters with one loop. So basically I need a counter for that loop and decrease that number with 1 again. So first loop I'm going to removing 2 characters, second loop I'm removing again 2 characters. For that I'm just gonna create a basically int I or int a equals 0 or 1, I'm sorry, I can write 0. Then I'm gonna do what? I'm gonna create an array. For what? For restoring the remainders of this word. Remainders basically means the middle characters in this example. So again, let's just create char fake array, and of course its length going to be 2. For the else part, its length going to be 1. As I told you before, because this even part going to take 2 characters from the middle. Now I'm just gonna create my loop. Int I equals 0, of course it's the same thing. So int smaller than until what? Until 2, guys. Why is that? Because my even part going to take 2 characters. In as part, in odd part, this is going to be 1. But for now, it's going to be 2. Then again, I'm going to do what? I'm going to increase my I here. Now, we're at a crucial point here, guys. Why is that? Because I'm going to write fake array here, then I'm going to write A. Why am I writing an array A? Why we created that A? Because when I try to write E here, the characters in this word is going to be the reverse of it. So basically I need to print out S and T in this example, but if I write I here, so basically if I begin it with 0, my print result is going to be TS, not SD. So that's why I created an A variable here. So I can begin with 1. Then of course I'm going to decrease that result, so it's going to be assigning this value that I'm just going to write a second later. It's going to assign it to fake array's first position, then it's going to be decreased to 0, then it's going to write that value to 0th position. So basically we are printing SD instead of TS. That's why I created this A, if you are curious. Now, this part is crucial, guys. This is our if part, right? Even part, basically, even length part. So basically, if I just come look at this word string here, it says testin, right? So what do we have to do? Get this SD, we need to delete first and last characters, right? Until SD. Okay, for assigning parts, I need to do what? I need to get this T here, right? Because this is a 1, so I need to get T first, then S first. Then how am I going to do that? If you take a look at this T at the 0 position, right? 0, 1, 2, and 3, guys. So basically, if I manage to get this T position, I can just write, I don't know, blah blah that position minus E, right? So basically, if I just write that value and minus E, I can get T, and then the loop continues, E becomes 1, then the value minus 1 is going to happen, then I can get this S part. So basically I need to write something here and minus E. How am I going to get this T? Let's just think. This is 0, this is 1, this is 2, and this is at the third position, right? How can I get that third position? If I divide this word's length by 2, what is the result that I'm going to get? I'm going to get 3, right? So basically, if I just write char array length divided by 2, what is the result that I'm gonna get? I'm gonna get char array 3. So basically, the third position of char array. So basically, I'm getting that T. But when the loop continues, I'm getting what? I'm getting T again. I need to get S. So I need to do what? I need to subtract E from this value. So this is going to be 3 at the first loop because my E is 0. Then my E is going to increase to 1. Then this is going to be 3 minus 1 equals 2. So basically I'm getting that S value from here. Now, this even part is now complete. Let's do it the same thing for the S part. I'm just going to copy this. I don't need to copy that A because I only have 1 characters for the even part. Let's just say new char 1, then create a for loop again. I'm just going to actually copy this. But what's going to be the difference? First, this is going to be I, and I don't need to decrease that A anymore because I don't have an A in this part. Then again, this 2 needs to be decreases to 1 because I'm gonna only have 1 character. But now, pay attention here. Let's just say we have test with double T. So basically I have what? I have an odd length here. I have word string with an odd length. And if you take a look at this formula, if I divide my odd length, so basically divide 5 by 2, what is the result that I'm gonna get? Let's think of it, set double, I'm gonna get 2.5, right? But if I try to subtract 2.5 with 0, I'm still going to get 2.5. But I can't do anything with that 2.5. I need what? I need the value 2, guys. So basically, what I need to do to get 2 from a 2.5, I can just first decrease this length with 1, then divide it with 2, right? If I decrease this 1 first, and of course I need to get these on between parentheses, then divide it by 2, what's the result that I'm gonna get? I'm gonna get the result 2, which is exactly the thing I wanted. And of course I don't need to add this minus I here. Why is that? Because my is 0 and it's never going to increase anything else beside that 0. So it's not going to take any values, it's just 0. And now we are done, right? So basically what I need to do now, I need to return that fake array. So basically I'm just going to come here and return that fake array. But how am I going to return that? Of course I need to change back it to string, then return it fake array. I need to return this for the even part as well. Then I think we should be good. So let's try out our program, and as you can see we are getting S. Why? Because we have an odd value of length here. Let's just test for everything. Get this testing, and as you can see we are getting the T value here, because 3 here and 3 here we have an odd value of length here, so we are getting that T. Again, let's check for this middle parts, and as you can see we are getting the double D, guys. Okay, now let's move on to our next question.